Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today what I wanted to do was, I was actually feeling kind of festive today with the glitter and it being 4th of July and stuff like that. But I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know what would be such a great idea is for me to do a lash video. Now, I haven't been a false lash wearer for long. I just kind of figured it out myself. But I figured there's a whole lot of people that struggle with putting on false lashes. And I figured I could do a video maybe coming from a beginner myself. It might give somebody a little bit more confidence or, a little bit more tips or tricks that you might be able to use. And, kind of simplify things. I don't want to overcomplicate it. So I figured what way was the best way to start them with a brand new pair of lashes. And I'll show you from the trimming to the gluing, to the curling, to everything. We're just going to go from the very beginning. So first thing I want to do is I've got these e.l.f. lashes, and these are my absolute favorite. They're very wispy and long and pretty. So let's go ahead and get those out of the box. They're going to look like this. Now these actually come with a little bit of e.l.f. glue. I'm not going to use that glue. I actually have my own Kiss glue lash adhesive, and it works really good for me. If you have sensitive eyes or something, you'll have to find a lash glue that works well with your eyes and doesn't burn them or make them really sensitive or watery, something like that. Okay, so what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and start from the outside of the lashes, and I'm going to take my tweezer and carefully pull these out of the package because I don't want to damage the band itself. Sometimes they stick pretty good. Get out! Okay, there we go. So, for the next step of what I'm going to do is you kind of want, now I can't wear a whole lash band, I have really small eyes, so I have to trim these down. But what I'm going to start with is I'm going to wiggle these back and forth just like a U. I don't know if you can really see that. And I'm going to wiggle this back and forth so it kind of has a shape to like an actual eye. Next, what I'm going to do is at the very tip, I don't think you can see that, at the very tip towards the inner corner, it has a little bit of extra right there, so I'm just going to trim that off. Now, you never want to trim from the inside of the lash unless it has that little bit of extra. When you trim off the excess of what you can't use, you want to trim from the outside of the lash, not the inside of the lash. So, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go and shape them again, just because they're new and they haven't really had an eye shape yet. So, when you apply the lashes or measure them to trim, you want to go from an upward angle. You don't want to go straight on. So go up and just kind of sit them on your eye. And see, I'm going to need to trim about, just about yay much. And it's always better to trim less, and you can always trim a little bit more if you need to, because you can't add that lash back on. Once it's gone, it's gone. So let's trim that off, and we'll make sure that this is right. Again, I'm going to just take it and shape it so it shapes to my eye. And I'm going to go up. And make sure that that's going to measure from right here to here. And that looks like it's going to fit good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the next lash and just repeat the same steps that I did with the first one. Okay. So, get off of my finger. Alright. So, next step, after we get our lashes measured and cut, what I like to do is go in and curl my lashes with just a regular eyelash curler. Now, I have really short, straight lashes, so what I like to do is put my lash curler on at the base and then kind of pump it a couple times, and then work my way down towards the tips of the lashes, and that helps them stand up. Now, I have to do this generally twice for them to stand up nice and pretty. So I just go back to this eye and just do it again. Just twice for good measures. Alright. Next, what I like to go in and do is you need to put on a little bit of mascara. This is my absolute favorite mascara right now. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and it's really, really awesome. Been using this and been loving it. And I'm just going to let this mascara kind of sit here and dry a little bit. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take my lash for my right eye. I always start with my right eye for some reason. So it's just kind of repetitive steps. I'm going to bend it again just to keep it in shape. So it looks like this, like a little U, like it would just go pop and just stick right on there. And I'm going to take my lash glue and I'm going to just put a good amount of glue on the band. Now, what I like about this glue is it's white and it's supposed to dry clear. And I can kind of tell when it starts drying, so I know when to apply it. Just, for me. So, what you do not want to do, a huge mistake to avoid is this is where I kept messing up in the beginning, is I would put the lash glue and I would just go and try to put it on there, and that's going to slip, it's going to slide, it's going to make a huge mess, and it's not going to go on. So what you want to do is I just like to sit here for like 30 seconds and kind of just blow on the glue a little bit till it gets nice and tacky is what you're going to want. And then it's going to kind of stick, and you can move it around just a little bit where it's comfortable and easy for you to wear. So, give this about a minute. Alright, so that looks like it's good. And what I'm going to do is some people like to use tweezers. I actually like to use my fingers. I'm going to hold the very end of the lashes and go up and stick them on right there at the base of the lash line and I guess like the bottom of the eyelid. And then once I get them on there alright, I like to take my tweezers and just kind of push them in place and make sure that center is pushed in. And then I go out here to the outside and make sure that's pushed in. Now once that's all pushed in, I like to just take them and just give, stick my finger. Just give them a nice. Alright, and then what I like to do after that is just take a little bit of mascara and kind of blend my lashes to the false lashes. Lashes just make everything better. Alright, so I'm going to go and do the same with the next lash. Easy peasy. I think it might be time for a new lash glue. This one's starting to look a little chunky. Ruh-roh. Now, I always seem to struggle with my left eye a little bit more than I do my right eye, just for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I always have struggled with my left eye. I don't know if maybe it's because I guess I'm right eye dominant and right hand dominant, so it's all to do with the right side. I'm helpless with my left hand. Alright, so again, I'm going to go up and stick them on there like so. Take the tweezers and just make sure that they're set in there nice and good. I really like to use my fingers more than tweezers and just give them a nice little pinch. Alright, take a little bit of mascara and just blend those out. Just put a little bit of love down here on the bottom. Alrighty, and that is going to be it for my lash video. I'm going to go put on some lipstick and some setting spray if we're going to call this a day, and we'll be ready to go out for the 4th of July. I hope you guys really enjoyed my lash video of how to put on false lashes, and comment down below, hit that subscribe button before you go, and let me know what you think and what you'd like to see next. Bye!